What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about internships and jobs and how do you get them by proactively reaching out to people using cold emails. Now, this video is going to be done by one of my friends, Gaurav. Well, his full name is Gaurav Manglecha. He works at Airmeet. Before this, he has worked at companies like Viacom 18 and Rolls-Royce. And he's also an angel investor. And he's a super nice guy. He knows what problems students face. He's been one of my mentors for a very long time. And recently he took a session on Clinify, which is a student community we run, about do you send good cold emails that can help you land an internship or a job, right? Because let's face it, if you want something, you have to go out there and get it. It's very rare that a recruiter is going to give you a call and be like, Harish, tere ko kaam karna hai kya meri company mein? That's going to be very rare, right? Unless you have a strong personal brand or something. In most cases, it has to be you who will have to shortlist companies, who will have to shortlist, the bunch of internships and the bunch of companies that you're going to apply to, and then reach out to them and show what your skills are and how you're the best fit for the company. And this is what the video is going to be all about. The video might be slightly long, so I request you to, use those timestamps to see which ones are more relevant for you. But then do try to watch as much as possible because there's going to be one of the most value-packed videos about getting internships and jobs on the internet. Trust me when I say that. And yeah, hope you enjoy the video. And from now onwards, it's going to be Gaurav.
But the key message here is that cold emails really work. Right? I think because I've been doing all of this, a personal goal that I've set for myself is that I write to at least 3 new people every week over LinkedIn, Twitter. If you want towards the end, I'll also share my screen and show you what sort of LinkedIn and Twitter messages I write. But the idea is if I want something and if I find someone, admirable, all I have to do is just reach out to them, right? Chances are they may not reply, but hey, what am I to lose, right? So I at least try and write to 3 people every week and at least one of them converts and we have a great conversation, and that's how I've been building and seeding my friendships over the internet. Right? So I'll start off with, now that you've decided that, okay, this is the company that you want to intern at, who's the real decision maker there, right? Which team would be hiring? So say if you want to intern at Practo, right, as a product design, in the product design domain, go on LinkedIn, go on Twitter, these are public platforms wherein you can genuinely find people. And say you come up with, okay, these are the 10-12 people who work at Practo in the product design function. Send LinkedIn email connect request to them, follow them on Twitter, and just do that as first step, right? Don't initiate conversation already. And if possible, there are a couple of these tools, Hunter, Snove, Apollo, you'll find these online which help you find emails. Couple of hacks around emails also. In startups, usually the email pattern is first name at domainname.com, right? So my email ID at Airmeet is gaurav@airmeet.com. Obviously, if you're early, you get the claim to just having a single name, or if not, it's first name dot last name at the domainname.com. So at Viacom 18, my email ID was gaurav.mandlecha at viacom18.com. So these are patterns, and emails mostly are pattern recognition. You can figure it out. But the idea is you need to know who the decision maker is and then identify what would be the best channel, right? Again, this is where you just identified who do you want to reach out to, right? You still haven't written your email, you still haven't written your message. And this is where the most critical part comes about, which is research. And again, if there is one thing that you should take out from this entire session that we have today, it's the mindset to research and how do you go about researching, right? So say I found out Kalyan, who's a senior product designer at Practo, and I want to design and I want to go there. I would go to his Twitter and just scroll through his feed. He would have probably, because he's from product design, he would have put up his portfolio. I go to his portfolio, I read his case studies. In my head, I'm forming a persona about that person, right? And then I start making my notes. In my notebook, I write that, hey, this is something that I liked about that person. This is interesting. I'm curious to know more. I just make my notes, and you can make your notes through, the blogs the company has written, the tweets that person has made, the customers that the company has, what are they talking about it, customer case studies that they've put up, anything and everything which just goes deeper into the company, the person, right? And you just make a persona and make your notes in your book. So before writing to Lalit, right, who's the current CEO at Airmeet, and that's where I'm working, I spent 10 hours researching. And I'll tell you what all I came up with and what eventually helped me convert it, right? So that's the most important bit, again, research. So this is one of the emails that I got. Will take about 15 to 20 seconds Just give a skim, don't go through the exact words, but I'll just tell you what worked and what didn't work in this. So I'll just start off from the top. It says, "Dear Sir, Ma'am." Does she really not know my name is Gaurav? You're writing to me. Great. In the first sentence, so I'll tell you what is good also about this email, but this is my first turn off. Hey, you could use my name, right? So always ensure whoever you're addressing to, you use the right sir or ma'am, or at least you use the name, right? Fine, you're establishing credibility. There is an immediate ask, okay, I'm looking for internship. Fair. I hear what you see, what you want. I had visited your company website and felt it could be a good addition to the team. Like, my website has about 10,000 visitors every day, right? But does that really appeal you to my company? I don't think so, or it's not really compelling, right? So I'm just trying to show you red flags, what people usually do. Again, nothing wrong with the person, right? After this email, I shared feedback with that person. But my point is, avoid these pitfalls. Like, it's an immediate turn off, and the more annoying you make your content, like, the less likely people are to respond, right? So this is another red flag. Then fine, you're pursuing this degree, all of that. Here now she gets into entrepreneurship, finance, data science, data analytics, machine learning, deep learning, business enterprise, data structure, all of this. Like, you're barely a pre-final year student, and I don't think you'd have in-depth knowledge, right? I'm not trying to undermine, but you get what I mean, right? Don't oversell yourself. It could very well mean that, I have deep interest in entrepreneurship and I want to pursue something related to data analytics. And I've done a course in which I learned basics of machine learning. That's it. This entire 3-4 lines could barely have been a couple of words, and that would have worked. And then your company is maybe one of the best. Again, you're not definitive before applying. Maybe one of the best places for me to get the correct exposure and help explore my potential. I have a keen interest and an enormous amount of enthusiasm to work with your company. Your company, seriously, you could have used that, okay, Airmeet is the company's name. So my point is, it's a great intent, but it will definitely not work for 3-4 reasons. One is, it's not personalized. I mean, you're writing to Gaurav from Airmeet, at least use those 2 words in your email. Otherwise, it feels as if you were doing a mass email to 10, 20, 100 people and it didn't work, right? So again, if there is a takeaway from this slide, personalize it. At least use the correct company name, and do not have turn-offs which just, let people not reply to your emails or careless, right? You have one chance to reply or one chance to get a reply. Please make it work, right? So this is about a template that didn't really work. I'll share 2 of my examples. And again, understand 3-4 things. People are generally good and they want to reply, but if you're making it difficult for them to reply, they would never reply, right? So always remember, make it very easy for people to reply. That could also mean that do not write long emails. I'll show you 2 examples. One is I wrote to Gaurav from Atlantis and Lalit from Airmeet, right? So more or less my structure of the emails were same. I had to communicate a few things, but I also had to personalize a few things which were unique to Atlantis, unique to Airmeet. So I'll just break it down and I'll tell you how it goes, right? So I introduce myself. So this particular company is a neobank, and this is what I see, right? Gaurav had actually tweeted about something called a free radical, which means that this person can just come and choose the project he wants to do, make it most impactful, right? And he had a particular template in which he wanted answers or replies to, right? I actually spent time on his tweet. I thought about, he's mentioned something called free radicals, which is very personal. He tweeted about it 2-3 days back. If I respond in the same language, he will know that I've actually spent time, put in that effort, right? Then the more I researched about the company, I found out that his colleagues, Vinay and Shival, have actually written, blogs about the company, about their approach, everything. And I read through them, right? That shows that, hey, it's not just him or his tweet, but I'm also interested in his company. I'm going to the company, reading their blogs. And then I tell about what all I've done, building that credibility, also try to answer the question that he had in his tweet. And then eventually, just like an PS on a side note, it should actually have been a side note. I wrote it as side tone, but he was kind enough to neglect it because the earlier part was good. I wrote that, he really liked natural sunlight. He tweeted that, hey, natural sunlight is great, right? I really like my new office. And I just mentioned it that nothing beats natural sunlight, right? And now you should just look at his reply. What really clicked is not what I've done in the past. Like, it did to some extent, but what actually charmed him was I read about him, read about his company, his colleagues, and about Natural Light. And he just said that, hey, let's meet or talk in the coming week. This is my India WhatsApp number. Why don't we get in touch? You see, like an immediate response and an immediate convert simply because I personalize it, right? So this is something that worked for me. So I researched more about the product. I tried using it. And that is how, I showed my genuine interest that, hey, I like what you're doing. I genuinely want to try it out, use it as a user. And then towards the end, I had a clear ask that, hey, can I be a part of your team? And then I mentioned, I'm very fluid with things. I can do various functions, whatever you want me to do. I'm ready to do it. But I have a clear ask. I want to be a part of your team. And yeah, he liked it. And he said, he realized that, I hustle, right? So my point is, have these very definite cues that help you win. So this is something that worked for me. Key takeaways from the bad template and the good template example: personalize, right? Spend those 2 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours researching. And that is when you'll come up with the right words, the right essence that you want to portray, right? A lot of times it's not about the words, but what are you really offering? What do you really want? Right? I said that, I was able to relate to your experience as a personal problem. I've explored your product and it sounds good. Hey, since you're building a team, I'd love to be a part of your team, right? A clear ask. And there are a couple of elements to it and we can go deeper. But the idea is do these 2 little things: personalize, do research. The way you research are the blogs, tweets, customer stories, case studies, anything that you find out about them. Make your own notes that, okay, these are 4 or 5 things that I somehow want to include in my email. And then that's when you write the emails.
Alright guys, so I hope you liked the video, and if you did, then do drop a like, do follow Gaurav Manglecha on his socials, and do hit him a tweet. Maybe just go on Twitter and be like, hey, this is the session, this is the video that I watched and like this, thanks Gaurav, and tag him. Maybe that's gonna, appreciate his efforts. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Do join our community. We have some awesome events by some of the best people in India, and our only motive has always been to help you guys grow in your career and to help you network with more like-minded people. With that said, take care, bye, and I'll see you in the next one.